It's time for Highlands football tonight from Golden Rams Stadium. The Highlands Golden Rams hosting the Knoch Knights in the finale of the 2021 regular season. Along with the Dean, Mike Choma, this is Mike Pavlik greeting you from Golden Rams Stadium. Cameraman John with us tonight. Cameraman Dan a little bit under the weather. Nothing serious. He'll be back with us next week, and we'll talk about that later. And Ken Wood here in the booth. Well, Dean, final game of the season, and the good news since we've talked to the folks last, the Rams are in the playoffs for the first time in 6 years.
Yeah, Mike, we clinched the playoff spot. Now we're faded in the WPL's hands since they're planning on seeding the field for the playoffs. What that means is basically you're in. They're going to tell you what place you're in. They're going to tell you if you're going to be home, you're going to be away. And the idea is that the seeding doesn't have to be based on conference champs. Although I don't understand, there's only 3 conferences. Why can't the champs get a bye? But they're not going to do that. So important news for everybody. The announcement comes out 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Saturday night, 6 o'clock. We'll have the pairings. Normally on Monday nights, they're going to get them a little early this year. Right.
So we will have that tomorrow, and then we will know where the Rams will be going. There's still a chance that they could be playing here next week, and to do that, they need to win, and win impressively here tonight against this Knoch team that is out of the playoffs, and they have missed for the 7th consecutive year. They have not been in since 2014. So let's talk about some benchmarks that were reached last week, Dean. Luke Bumbalski getting his 1,000 yards, and Chandler Timmons going over 1,000 yards passing again.
Yeah, Mike, Luke has 1,059. Our opponents combined, Mike, have 769 yards. So think about that.
And rushing, we're only allowing like 2.6 yards a carry.
He's 10th in the WPL in rushing, and get this, he's 8th in scoring with 107 points, 13 touchdowns, 29 extra points. Chandler throwing for 1,000 yards, as you mentioned, 3rd year in a row. Our opponents have thrown for 944 yards. And when you say opponents, you're talking about Teska from Greensburg-Salem, Olson from Armstrong, some pretty good competition. It also says a lot about our defense.
Well, it sure does, and that's been a stalwart group for the Golden Rams this season. And also Chandler Timmons, breathing down the neck of Seth Cohen for the most yards in school history. Chandler only needs 197 yards passing tonight to break the 4,000 mark. Only he and Seth have done that. And 235 yards will tie him with Seth Cohen for the all-time leader in Highlands passing. So more feathers in the cap for Mr. Timmons.
Sounds like more math for me tonight.
Yeah, exactly. We've been doing a lot of that. Gardner points too. Well, the Knights have dominated this rivalry. This is really interesting. Knoch has won 12 of the last 16 and 8 of the last 10 with these two teams.
Yeah, Mike, it's interesting. It's been a tough year. You mentioned they've been eliminated from the playoffs. But it's a rivalry, and of course, we haven't been holding our end of the rivalry lately, so we haven't won 2 in a row this century, so we're trying to do it this year. And again, if we're playing for seeding, this is their Super Bowl. And again, they have a good defense. Weather conditions so far so good. They get sketchy. I think we're going to see a feisty group out here. It could be a good game.
The Rams are trying to win back-to-back against Knoch for the first time this century. They won out at Knoch Knights Stadium last September. We opened the season against Knoch last year. We will close the season against the Knights here tonight. Well, Planet Fitness at the Heights Plaza in Natrona Heights is your home of the judgment-free zone. Planet Fitness provides a clean and spacious environment where everyone is free to work out in a non-intimidating atmosphere for as little as $10 a month. Whether you're just starting out, getting back in your groove, or looking for extra tips, work out with a certified trainer at Planet Fitness at no extra cost with the PE and PF program. With membership starting as low as $10 a month, you could treat yourself to high-quality fitness at an awesome price. Come down to Planet Fitness in Natrona Heights and meet our friendly staff, including Nick, and sign up for Design Your Own program. Planet Fitness, the Heights Plaza, Natrona Heights. Welcome to the planet.
Knoch won toss, Mike. They deferred, so Highlands will get the ball to start the first half.
And we thank all our sponsors. We'll be doing that tonight. The playoffs will begin next week, and your announcement is we're allowed to go.
Yes, we'll tell you details throughout the evening.
Yeah, we have good news and bad news when it comes to. And the Breakfast Club, you're not going to be happy with.
Yeah, hang on, Breakfast Club.
What are you going to do, right?
We'll take care of you. It's called a DVR, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. Brendan Tristani will kick off. Aaron Randolph. And Braden White, and here's the kickoff. It's going to bounce along the ground, and I'm sorry, it's Brian Randolph. He picks it up at the 2, out over the 5-10. 15, still going, out to the 18-yard line. Now, the one thing I noticed from watching Knoch on film, they're going to play you tough, and it's going to be difficult to run.
And that's been our bread and butter this year so far. So let's take a look at the Knoch defense. They will play a 3-4-4 defense. Defensive end 70, Alex Cotton, 51, Nick Davis. Nose tackles number 3, Luke Goodland. The linebacker 74, Nevin Pratt. 57, Matt Carney. 87, Jake Murphy. 44, Gavin McLeod. We'll get to the backfield after this play.
Starting lineups brought to you by Dan Timmons Painting in Natrona Heights. They got you covered, and the give is to Luke Bombalski, and he gets 3 out over the 20 to the 21-yard line. As down there for the Knights to bring him down was number 54. That's the freshman, Wyatt Foster.
Cornerbacks, Mike, number 4 is Devin Whitcare, and number 8, J.J. Sobolski. Safeties, number 5, Keegan Fraser, and 14, Cody Mullen, excuse me.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for Highlands. Rams with 3 split here in the remainder of the guys in the huddle. Trips left. The give to Bombalski off the right side. Looks for somebody to hit, but they're hitting him. I told you the sledding's going to be tough. Up to the 24-yard line. Nevin Pert, the senior outside linebacker, makes the stop. It'll bring a 3rd and medium distance for Highlands. Highlands on 3rd downs this year, 53%. Excellent.
Mike Chandler Timmons meant to start at quarterback. Luke Bombalski with the first 2 carries. We'll get to the offensive line hopefully after this play. Has some changes there.
3rd down, 4 yards to go. Rams on their 24. Again, trips to the near side of the field. Jordan Tavares out there at wide receiver. Tony Jones splits to the right.
3 seconds.
Timmons, play action fake. He's back, sprints right, looking, has some room. Now fires it over the middle. He's got Bombalski for a 1st down up over the 30 and keeps fighting over the 35 to the 37-yard line. 1st down, Highlands. The Rams move the chains.
Pick up a 13 on that play, Mike. And we mentioned the offensive line, 54. Left tackle is Kayla Long. Left guard is 75, Noah Leslie. The center is 72, Daniel Timmons. Out tonight with injury is Logan Leslie. He's being replaced by 56, Lucas Callan. Right tackle is 78, Tyler Bender. And back from injury is number 8, Nick McQuaid at tight end.
Luke Bombalski with just his 5th reception of the year, but those have come in the last 4 or 5 games. And a keeper by Timmons, and he's got some room up over the 45 and into Knoch territory to the 45-yard line. Chandler with a burst off the right side that time, and the Rams with a big play on 1st down.
19 for Chandler on that play. The wide receivers, 20, Landon Signorella. 11, Drake Burford. 22 is Brock White, and his brother, number 2, Braden White. You also mentioned Jordan Tavares getting some time at wide receiver. It's interesting tonight's formation, Mike. The wide receivers are coming to the
lonesome.
Yep, left side of the field, trips.
Chandler did 100 yards on the ground a week ago in the rain at Greensburg-Salem. Not raining yet. Bombalski barrels through there, keeps his footing, and gets to the 43-yard line. Nevin Pert back in there to make the tackle. They're going to give Bombalski a 3-yard gain down to the 44.
Mike, I got to talk to Tony Wicki Sr. He told me that 1976 team is on 7-0-2 is the anniversary of that year. So
good season, huh?
Yep, we had a lot of undefeated, 2014, 2008, and 1976. A good year.
And 2014?
Yep. Braden was quarterback then.
To the near side of the field. This is caught by Braden White, but the Knights are there as Keegan Fraser, the senior safety man, who also plays quarterback for them, makes the stick on. It look like they're setting up a hitch and go on that one, doesn't it?
Yep.
So Foster gets 2 yards, or White gets 2 yards down to the 42-yard line, and it's 3rd and 5.
Oh, they moved, Mike. They jumped. There we go. That'll help.
Well, and that's what Chandler does. He is drawing them off, and this is going to make it a 3rd and very short. Be 3rd and 1 now. First penalty of the night. This one goes against the Knoch Knights. Dressed in their traveling white uniforms with the blue pants, the gold numbers, wonderful, the gold helmets. Rams in the home brown, all brown tonight. Scott Briggs and Dave Bacon down to our left, the longtime voices of Knoch football on radio.
Dueling broadcast, Mike, under the roof.
3rd down, short 1. Timmons looks to the sideline. Play clock goes down to 10. 8 minutes, clock winding, 1st quarter, no score. Rams with the first possession of the ball game.
Look like blitz, Mike.
Timmons turns and gives it to Bombalski. Through a hole at a 1st and 10 and more, inside the 25 and down to the 23-yard line.
14-yard burst that time, Mike. They faked the blitz, and Luke filled right in behind it. Now he has 4 rushes, 22 yards. More importantly, Highlands deep in the Knoch territory in the first drive. Mike, we thought it was very important to get up on this team early for the simple reason you let an underdog hang around, they get dangerous. Let's score early and often.
And it's their last game, interest level, be honest.
Yep.
Again, the Rams are trying to put up a good performance here tonight, so the committee has a look at that tomorrow. They've scored 40 points the last 2 games. It's been 6 years since they've scored 40 points 3 weeks in a row. Timmons is back. He looks. He's going to step up. He waits. And now he throws it away. Good job by Chandler to get rid of it. It'll be 2nd and 10.
He waited away as long as he can, Mike, and the sideline, Knoch did a good job pinning him against it. Couldn't get clear to get the pass away. Birdie picked Highlands 28-6. The fumbler also picked Highlands, and
they're calling ineligible downfield against the Rams. I can see where that can be.
Yeah, too long, I guess.
So Brandon Mowry, the 3rd-year coach of the Knoch Knights, is going to accept it. 5-yard penalty. Wait. So it puts it at the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15.
And tonight, Mike, the final night you mentioned WPL, there's 16 playoff spots still up for grabs. We'll talk about those as we go along.
John Nowakowski, our referee. Now they're coming in to talk about it.
Brian Ferrer is the umpire. The head linesman is Jerry Sladick.
Brian Ferrer, the former athletic director at Burrell High School.
How about that?
Yes.
Line judge is Craig Adamitis.
Now we have another whistle. This could be against Highlands. And I'm wondering if John Nowakowski, the ref, was also a Burrell player. That's a name from Burrell past. False start against the Rams. They're going backwards. It's a 2nd one.
Field judge is Frank Niederheiser, and the side judge is Dan Markov. So you think a couple more guys out there, Mike?
1st and 20. They usually save wraparound draw for the end of the half. This could be a good time for that. Bombolski, the sidecar.
Sig to the left.
And there it is.
Yep.
And Bombolski inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup.
Looked like Knoch knew it was coming too, Mike.
Said if I know. 2nd down. Long 17 to go. Highlands on the Knoch 29-yard line. They've already had the ball for 5 minutes here in this first quarter. There is no score.
Sig is the lonely receiver to the left, trips up to the right.
It's the 10th play of the drive. Typical Highlands 2021 drive. Timmons gets the signals.
Yep.
Play clock under 10.
Now timeout.
I think Dom wants a timeout.
Yep. All right, Mike, give us a chance to explain the playoffs if we can real quick. The good news you mentioned, we're going to be able to do the games, but again, everybody in the Breakfast Club, unfortunately, WPL has granted us permission to broadcast next Friday night's game. That's the good news. The bad news, we can only show it Tuesday at 8 p.m. on Comcast Cable Channel 190. So again, I mentioned set your DVDs up for that.
The Trib has exclusive rights to all video streaming. We are not allowed to show the game on our YouTube channel. So we apologize for that, but we are allowed to show it on Comcast. So.
Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Again, if you can't be there, set your DVD up, 190. And Mike, they put that on a programming guide now too, so you can just, it used to be we weren't mentioned there, but
yeah, it is on there.
So you can mark your DVD for that. Yep.
We do have that. So set your DVRs at home, and
so go right now and set it.
And set it a little later. Set it, set it a little longer just in case. It might go a little long. Set it for 2.5 hours. Make sure you catch everything, huh?
I've been correct. It's a DVR.
DVR.
DVR, yeah. DVD, and the hell. Roger, Penn State grad. Go figure.
That's a man that sat through 9 overtimes last week. His brain's not functioning yet.
There you go. Well,
he'll be all right.
I have a master's from Penn State, and I can't say DVR, so go figure.
2nd and 17. Timmons is back. He's going to fire down the middle. Got it open, and it's just off the fingertips of Brock White. Just too far. That was open for a touchdown, and Brock just couldn't get there.
He was there, Mike.
3rd and 17 now. We hate to come away with nothing here.
I was about to say that. Yep. You want to try to get up early.
They played Hampton Tough a week ago. 30-0 was the score, but it was only 7-0 after the first quarter and 17-0 at halftime. And we know Hampton's tough.
Remember last week we were scoreless after the first quarter.
We were, and then, and then a score fest broke out. They're going to run a bubble screen, and it's dropped.
Catch it first.
And that's Braden White. Oh, Jordan Tavares, I'm sorry, he couldn't hold on to it. It's incomplete, and it's 4th down.
You're not going to punt here, are you, Mike?
Well, you might. Hey, Bombalski last week, as far as I'm concerned, Special Teams Player of the Week.
He was, Mike.
5 punts, 40-yard average, including a 51-yarder. All 5 of his punts went inside the 20. One he killed at the 6, and the other one killed at the 2. And Chandler Timmons did a spectacular job of snapping, too. I'd just like to throw that in.
He's been doing it the last couple weeks, Mike.
Right. Rams are going to go for it. 5 wides, 4th down, 17.
Let's see if they bring pressure or not.
Chandler's been known to pooch these himself. He's back. He looks. He's going to fire it deep. He's got a man down there, and it's incomplete. He tried Brock White again, but he was double covered in the corner of the end zone by Cody Mullen and Gavin McGowan, and the Knoch Knights have held on downs.
It's not the way the Highlands Rams want to get it started, Mike. Yeah, we took off 6 minutes, but we did not put
the penalties killed him.
Yep, no doubt about it. Offensive Player of the Week last week, Mike, was Chandler Timmons. Ran 3 touchdowns, threw for 2 others. Defensive player was Tyler Bender, 10 tackles, 1 sack. Mentioned Bobalski as a special teams, and the Scott team player was Angelo Markey.
So it's Carson Kasecki is the quarterback, number 2, and he gives it to Frazier, who played quarterback a week ago. Has some yardage up outside the 30, but we got a marker down. We may have detected some habeas grabus on the Knoch Knights here.
Yeah, Mike, we said Knoch might have a lot of different quarterbacks late. Keegan Frazier, Cody Mullen, and you mentioned number 2. The running back is 44, Gavin McGowan. Wide receivers, and number 4, Devin Whitaker, and the wing back is number 3, Luke Godlin. Offensive line, they have a left tackle, Logan Clem, wears 62. 70 is Alex Gotton at the guard. 57 is Matt Carney. 74 is Nevin Pert, the right guard. Right tackle, 51, Nick Davis. Tight end is 87, Jake Murphy. Mike, they have 10 guys playing both ways for Knoch.
Wow. A lot of Callens and Carneys and a lot of Highlands names. 1st and 19. They're going to run a jet action to the near side of the field for
doing there.
Xavier Johnson, and he's pushed out of bounds on the near side of the field at the 23-yard line.
Sig made the tackle.
That's Xavier, E-X-Z-A-V-I-E-R, Xavier Johnson. Xavier.
Our defense, Mike, number 54, defensive end is Khalil Long. Leading defender all year long, 72, nose tackle Daniel Timmons, and the defensive end, 78, Tyler Bender. We'll get to the linebackers after this play.
2nd and 18 for the Knights. This is Johnson in motion. And now keeping it is Kasecki, and Kasecki is dropped back at the 11-yard line. And he's brought down by Luke Bombalski.
He followed the guard, Mike. The guard led him to the play. Luke gets the sack out of the linebacker position. Landon Signorella, also a linebacker. 22, Brock White. 12, Chandler Timmons. 11, Drake Burford. Corners are 15, Tony Jones. And 24, Brian Randolph. And the safety is number 9, Jordan Tavares.
3rd down and 28 yards to go. And this is where the Rams tee off on quarterbacks this year. They teed off on Carson Kasecki that time. And Kasecki sprints right. He looks. He throws it toward the Highlands bench, and he overthrows his intended receiver. Trying to get it out there to Bennett Shaw, the sophomore, number 19, but the pass was too far. It's 4th down, and the Rams should get some good field position here. Good job by the defense.
Yep, Braden White on the coverage there, and he'll go back for this punt.
4:55 left first quarter. There is no score.
Tristiani back to punt.
Brendan Tristiani, a senior already. He's been around here kicking for a long time for the Knights. Here's the snap. Takes a while to get back there, but Tristiani gets it out of there.
He killed it.
End over end. It's going to hit. White's going to let it go, and it goes out of bounds. The Rams will have good field position. They'll start at their 45-yard line. 4:46 left first quarter, no score.
Could have been better, Mike, but that was a great punt out of there.
It was. What was it? 39 and 44 yards.
Yeah. By the way, our JVs, Mike, did a great job Saturday. Beat Greensburg Salem 39-0. Julius Saunders, again, over 200 yards rushing, and he looked like a all-star back, Mike. I mean, he high hurdled 3 times. If this kid can't be a running back, he can be a hurdler, I tell you. It's impressive.
Well, Edwin Moses, huh?
Yep. Trips to the left again. Sigler trying to single him up there on top, Mike.
Yeah. Chandler going to keep it right up the middle, gets a hole, makes the pile move, and pushes bodies to the Knoch 49-yard line. He gets 6. Second and 4 for Highlands.
2 rushes for Chandler now for 12 yards.
The Rams have run it for 45 already. Second down, 4. Now they're going to run the counter action. Pavlik through a hole, up over the 40 to 35. Breaks another tackle, 35. Inside the 25, and dragged down at the 21-yard line.
He broke 3 tackles on that play, Mike.
Boy, when he gets moving like that, he is fun to watch.
18 on that one.
28.
28, excuse me.
And Luke's up to 55 on the ground, and the Rams have it 1st and 10 at the 21. Now let's just cut the penalties out.
Yep, 6 rushes, 55 for Luke.
That's a big run.
Yep.
That counter action, they have gotten some gobs of yardage on that this year.
Broke 3 tackles in the process.
Straight give to Pavlik through the middle. Carries men with him, close to the 1st down. Bennett Shaw got him off his feet down near the 10-yard line, and I think that's enough for another Highlands 1st down.
Yep, they indicate 1st down. Yep. 65 now for Luke.
He didn't get 100 last week. He's kind of smelling that right now. 1st down. The Rams can get a 1st down at the 1. Just inside the 2. Timmons going to keep it this time. Stutter step to the left and gets treated rudely as he gets inside the 10-yard line. Dragged down by 44, Gavin McGowan, the senior outside linebacker.
4.
It's a 3-yard gain.
3-yard gain. 28 now on 3 carries for Chandler.
2:40 left, 1st quarter, clock running. Rams threaten again. This time in the red area. And Pavlik with a stutter step keeps his feet and gets inside the 5-yard line. He gets tripped up down at the turf, and it's Bennett Shaw again, the sophomore, doing some yeoman's work down there.
Definitely in 4-down territory. Luke kicked a field goal this far too, Mike.
3rd down, 4 to go. Trips to the right, and Signorella by himself down to the bottom of the screen.
Keep threatening.
Timmons going to run it. Stutter step. Timmons walks into the end zone for a Highlands touchdown. So Timmons goes in. It is his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And 4 in the last 2 games, Mike.
Uh-huh. And the Rams drive it 55 yards on 6 plays. Callan will snap it. Signorella to hold it. Pavlik at the post to our left. Kick is on its way.
It's good.
It's wide right.
Wide right. Jeez, I thought it went right to the middle.
So at 1:57 left of the 1st quarter, there's your score. It is Highlands 6 and Knoch nothing.
By the way, why Luke leads in scoring, Mike? He's got 29 extra points in that 107. Well, let's talk about B&J Sports. They're celebrating their 6th decade outfitting our local teams and the great sports fans of the AK Valley. When it comes to all your sporting good deeds, look no further than B&J Sports. Glenn Mills and his friendly staff provide the personal touch. Customized high school jackets, team uniforms, trophies, plaques, or how about even playoff shirts, Mike? The kids are going to get a little surprised and hope they can hang on here with their playoff shirts. And again, you can't beat the service of B&J Sports. They turn it over in 2 days. Can you believe that? 2 days to get those shirts ready for the kids.
Glenn's a miracle worker, but he had help, I understand.
Yep. B&J Sports, located 1605 Freeport Road in Natrona Heights. They're open 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 till noon. We're giving a call at 724-226-2762. 6 decades says it all. B&J Sports, still getting it done.
Keegan Frazier, J.J. Sobalski, and Xavier Johnson are the deep men. And Bumbalski will kick it off, and the Rams lead it 6-0. Lucas, 3 touchbacks this year, I believe, yeah. Wind going the opposite direction tonight. It's in the Rams' face here in the first quarter, not the prevailing breeze here at Golden Ram Stadium.
Yeah, it's where you see that.
Now it's scooped up nicely and up to the 30-yard line.
Bender.
And that was Johnson, Xavier Johnson, bringing it back to the 29-yard line.
Bender made the tackle. Golden Rams are going to work on defense for the second time.
So nose of the football at the 30-yard line. First down for the Knights. Knights 2-7 this year. Rams won out there a year ago, 39-7. It was the first time they won at Knoch since 2008, when Jeff Sinclair led them to victory.
It's been a long time. By the way, Mike, Hampton, we mentioned they're already in undefeated 6-0. Armstrong 4-2. We'll take a look at the middle of the pack after this play.
Yeah, there's one game that's kind of big tonight.
Mike. It's confusion.
And now we have whistles. As
everyone's confused.
Cody Mullen tried to throw it, but whistles blew, and we'll see what they decide on confusion. Well, Brandon Mowry, by the way, Braden White's left-handed, just threw that ball back to the official with his left hand and got it there pretty good, too. It's something to think about. I like that. So
procedure.
Brandon Mowry's not leaving anything in the bag.
Why not?
Brandon, longtime assistant to Mike King, played for Mike, and 15 years an assistant on Mike's staff out at Knoch. Yeah, the big game is Greensburg, Salem, and Plum. For the most part, the winner of that game's getting in.
Right.
There was a wacky scenario.
Look at this, Mike. They're burning a guy on the field now.
There's a wacky scenario where both Highlands and Hampton have to lose tonight, and that's how Mars can get in. And they took too much time.
Yep. Yeah, in the middle of the pack, Mike, you get Highlands, Indiana, Greensburg, Plum, all 3-3. Knoch says eliminated Mars with that outside chance. But what you have to look to, too, Mike, since they're going to seed the tournament, that means they're not going to just look at ties and go to some type of system. Highlands, if they win, they come in 7-3. And Armstrong, if they would lose, be 7-3. So you'd be tied for second.
Armstrong, if they lose, will be 6-4.
Even better.
Now this is Kasecki tries to get to the near side of the field, and there are 2 men. I saw Tyler Bender. Tyler Bender, who has had, tell him what the week he had last week. What a game he had.
11 tackles and a sack, and he gets a sack there too.
That's a 2-yard loss back to the 18-yard line. Second down and 22 now. And Knoch struggling to get off the mark here on the ground against this Highlands defense, which has been tremendous, especially against the run all year. 3.2 yards per carry against Highlands this year.
That's been their strength, Mike.
Kasecki going to keep it. Now he's got some room to the left, but now they're waiting for him. And look at Randolph get him off his feet at the 20-yard line. The senior, Brian Randolph, here on Not Senior Night.
Yeah, Mike, having senior night, the third week of the season looked pretty good earlier in the day.
Yeah, we've kind of lucked out tonight. The weather was actually a lot worse last week, huh?
I saw a hole from 7 to 11 for high school football.
Those of us in the business call it a dry slot.
There you go.
Third down and 20. Kasecki sprints right. He looks. They're chasing him. He fires it. It's caught at the 20-yard line.
Escapes one tackle.
Frazier breaks one tackle, gets it up to the 24-yard line. Randolph gets him down, and it'll be fourth down.
Bender also on the stop.
It's a 4-yard gain. 4th and 16.
Quarter's going to end.
End of the first quarter. Highlands leads here 6-0.
Well, we'll tell the folks about the Busset Agency, and they have made some major changes here in the last year, and now they're even better equipped to handle your home and auto insurance needs. The Bouchers are now independent agents in addition to nationwide. The Bouchers are now working with all the leading companies in the industry to find more ways for you to save on your home and auto insurance. Call your hometown independent agents, John and Nick Boucher, 724-224-4300, and choose the coverage that's right for your family. They have evening and Saturday hours for your convenience. Remember, in the AK Valley, you're in good hands with the Boucher Agency on your side.
Mike, we mentioned in conference tonight Armstrong to Indiana. Do we have a preference?
Well, if Armstrong loses, that forges a three-way tie for second. If they're, I don't know if there's a committee going to look that far. Now you got to remember, Highlands has beaten Armstrong, but they've lost to Indiana. So I don't know. The committee's going to go in the room. They're going to take all the information, and they're just going to decide who they think are the better teams. And the way I look at it is this: put an impressive win up tonight, go into the playoffs winning your last 3 games and scoring some points, and it's going to get some attention.
And that's where the seeding idea comes back into play. The fact that they are going to
so it's different than
themselves.
It's different than it used to be. It used to be back in the old days, if you finished first or second, you got a home game guaranteed. But it's not the way they're doing it now. Oh, man, they got in there and almost got it off of Tristani, and now coming up and juggling it is Braden White, and now he's going to throw it to the official with his left hand. See? And so it's Highlands 1st and 10 in Knoch territory, and a chance to maybe get some more on the board here.
And Brock White did a nice job, Mike, and Signorella. They held the punter up after they put pressure on him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they had a shot at it.
Yeah.
They did, and they've been coming close and have gotten pieces of punts.
If Plum wins, they're in, correct, against Greensburg?
There are a couple scenarios where those things may not be the case. And Plum, let me see. If Plum wins, they're in, but there are 2 situations where they wouldn't be. Look at Bombalski like a bull, looking like Norm Bulash for the Colts in the 70s, barreling over people to the 33-yard line.
16 yards all on his own, Mike. He's got 86 yards so far and only 9 carries. And you have to remember, Mike, this kid was never a feature back. Middle school, JVs, nothing. He come out of nowhere. When Brock White got injured, we turned around and said, who's going to run the ball? Luke put his hand up.
I said Bulash. Ken Wood says John Riggins. Good one. Rigo. 1st and 10. Give it to Bombalski again with an enormous hole. Inside the 20, inside the 15, and dragged down at the 14-yard line by Keegan Frazier.
Another 19 yards on that carry, Mike, and that's going to put him over 100 yards. 105 on 10 carries, Mike.
Wow.
That is 10 yards a carry.
And that is, for Bombalski, that is his 8th 100-yard rushing game of the season.
And he's adding to that total.
1st down at the Knoch, 20-yard line.
And he came in 8th leading rusher in WPIL.
Direct snap to Brock White off the right, or Bombalski, I'm sorry, off the right side with the marker down. It looked like Nevin Pert was over there. Did he get a piece of Luke's mask? Let's see.
There's a penalty marker.
The flag is down at the 8.
Right.
The official has the ball marked out of bounds at the 7. And we'll see what John Nowakowski has for us. The white cap.
Looks like a face mask. Yep.
And there you go. Good call, Roger Heasley. Right on top of that back there. So the gain is to the 7. It's an 8-yard gain. And then it'll be half the distance to the goal from there. So it'll be 1st and goal.
3-yard line.
On the 3. Well, this has been some drive.
Might be direct snap again, yep.
Direct snap to Bombalski. Cuts it through the middle and scores a Highlands touchdown.
You see who led the block in there, Mike?
Uh-huh.
Chandler
Timmons.
Yep. Very impressive on that drive.
And Bombalski did it all by himself. He got all 49 yards on the ground on that drive, starting at the Knoch 49-yard line.
I mean, you can stop him as a goal line, Mike.
That's true. So Bombalski scores his 13th. And we'll see if Luke can bang this through for his 30th extra point of the year. High snap. Sid gets it down. Luke's kick is on its way, and that one's good.
I'm not predicting it. It is good.
10:36 to go, first half. The score: the Highlands Golden Rams 13, and the Knoch Knights nothing. Ron Gillette Towing and Services is a registered contractor certified in PA state inspections and emissions. Call Gillette's today for all your towing, paving, excavating, hauling, demolition, and yes, snow removal needs. I see some flakes in the forecast
31
next week.
degrees next week.
Planning a cleanup or in a 10-yard curb box, one call and you could dump it all. No paint, no tires. Gillette Towing is fully licensed, insured, bonded, and certified and owns all of its state-of-the-art equipment. And Gillettes are proud to enjoy an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Call Gillette's today, 724-226-1222. Phones answer 24/7, 365 for emergency services. And as always, it's person to person. Find them on the web at RonGilletteInc.com or on Facebook or Meta or whatever it is. Ron Gillette Inc. Towing and more. Ron Gillette Towing and Services, the AK Valley's leader since 1955.
Mike, there's a shakeup in the 4A standings. Bell Vernon is now number 1. Aliquippa's jumped up to 2. McKeesport is 3. Our division champion, Hampton, is 4. Thomas Jefferson is 5. And in our big game hunting playoff seeding edition tonight, McKeesport at Bell Vernon.
Bumbalski with a bouncer. They let it go, and it comes to Keegan Frazier on the 15. He's got a lane, 35-40, Bumbalski to beat. Bumbalski got him at the 45-yard line. Oh, Frazier was gone. He showed some speed there.
That's when you're glad your kicker is also a linebacker.
The safety man, yeah. So good return by the Knights. Frazier picked that up at the 15 and ran it back 30 yards to the 45-yard line.
Mark my words, Mike. I think the McKeesport Bell Vernon winner is your number 1 seed in 4A. You know, they're playing on the beach tonight.
Oh, that disgusting. You know, we might get a chance to see that.
Yeah. Could be.
I hate to look too far down the road, but
a long haul.
Deep in the bowels of Westmoreland County. First down at the 45.
We're talking about their field is yellow.
At Bell Vernon.
Yes.
Frazier's the quarterback. He just ran that kickback. He's going to run it himself. Gets through there and has good yardage inside the Highlands territory as
Khalil Long and Brock White on the tackle.
Frazier played quarterback a lot last week against Hampton. It's an 8-yard gain. Second and 2.
Good pickup on first down.
Second and 2.
McGowan the sidecar this time. Oh, almost had trouble with the handoff, but McGowan's going to get the first down for the Knights and still going and plowing inside the 35. If they thought it was going to be easy, it's not. These guys are going to still come at you. Signorella got him off his feet. Nice gain for McGowan. That's first down Knoch, and it is their first of the ball game.
Brock White, Mike, was hanging on to the ankles for dear life.
That's a 15-yard gain for McGowan, and Don Girardi saw the same thing I did. He wants to call timeout and let these guys have it a little bit. This is not going to be pleasant.
Yeah, Mike, they just gouged us the last 2 plays. Other big play games, by the way, Montour's at Char Valley. The winner of that gets a playoff game. And hey, locally, Freeport at Deer Lakes. Deer Lakes wins, they get in the playoffs. Only 2 times prior history has Deer Lakes ever been in playoffs. Freeport wins, they get a home game.
But if Burrell wins, if Burrell beats Deer Lakes, and Freeport wins, which they probably will, Burrell's in the. If Burrell beats Valley,
right,
and Freeport beats Deer Lakes, Burrell's in the playoffs at 3 and 7.
Right. By the way, Philippines Family Dining, speaking of home, we're going to be there at Toronto Heights since 1999. We love them down there. Do a great job for us. Offer burgers, wings, specialty sandwiches, wraps, you name it, especially the pizza. Let's wait till the next play. I'll talk about the special pizza we get.
Birdville pie. And congratulations to the Leechburg Blue Devils. The streak is over. 33 years. They're in.
Convincingly, too, Mike. They scored 70 and 60 their last 2 games.
Frazier barks it. Had 3 blockers to his left and keeps it. Pile moves inside the 30. and down to the Highlands 26-yard line. Brock White was there, so was Daniel Timmons. Good solid gain again from the 33 to the 26-yard line. 7 more.
Looks like the timeout really didn't help too much, Mike. And come limping off the field is Brian Randolph. He's going to be okay.
Second down, we'll call it 3. Knoch on the 25. Less than 9 to go, first half. Highlands leads 13-0. Frazier turns to give them a McGowan. The Rams have him this time as Bombalski was there, down low, and up top it was Tavares from his safety spot.
Brought down by number 8, Nick McQuaid, number 33,
Nick McQuaid also in there.
3rd and 1 for the Knights.
3rd and 1.
They're definitely in 4-down territory.
Sure. Knox 2 wins against the aforementioned Deer Lakes. And they beat Indiana 27-26.
Very surprising, they did.
And a big, not planned fake punt was the difference in that Indiana game.
Something we couldn't do, Mike.
Low snap, Frazier keeps it, and Frazier gets the first down to the 22-yard line. He was down, officials say. So it's first down, Knoch at the 22.
Brock White made the stop. First down for the Knoch Knights. Keep this drive alive. 8 minutes ago here in the second quarter, Highlands leading 13-0. I got your Birdville pie cooking, Mike.
Got it. Keep it cooking. You can also take one home.
That's right.
Partially baked. And they serve breakfast starting at 8. 1st and 10 every day. Johnson in motion. He had trouble with it, but no penetration by the Rams, so he's able to corral it and get a couple of yards.
You're going to give Brian Randolph credit for that tackle, Mike, but Braden White is the one who turned that thing up. He tried to hit the hole coming back, and Braden was in it. Nothing doing.
2nd and 8. 7:15 to go. First half. Highlands leads it 13-0. That last drive might have been just a little bit too easy. Because Knoch has come out on this drive and has just pounded it at them. And running on them like they haven't been run on too much this year. You got to remember, only Indiana's gone over 200, and only 2 other teams have gone over 100 against them on the ground. Big hole for Frazier. He's on his way.
Oh, he got tripped up.
He got tripped up as he got inside the 10. I thought he was going. Frazier's to the 10-yard line, and that's 1st and goal, Knoch.
Looked like Bender got him off his feet, along with Tavares. I thought he was gone, Mike.
Yeah, somebody down low tripped him up, or Golden Ram Stadium got him, one or the other.
I think it was
Tyler Bender? Yeah, that's no surprise thing. He's been doing that a lot. 1st and goal, Knoch at the 10.
Good test for the Golden Ram defense here, see if they can hold
Chance to make this a 1-score game. Frazier, oh, great job by Daniel Timmons. It was a great job to tackle him, and mostly because he was being held by Matt Carney.
Mentioned Daniels, our leading tackler, Mike. 62 tackles coming in. Leads us in sacks with 6 and fumble recoveries with 2. So he's done a great job for us all year. Been a 12-quarter drought for Knoch to get into the end zone, Mike, and they're knocking on the door here, 2nd and 8.
And they were shut out a week ago against the fine Hampton Talbot's defense. They give up 10 a game, Hampton. Points, I mean. 2nd and goal. McGowan gets hit down low. It was Braden White firing in there again, I think, or was it Jordan? It was, try again. It was McQuaid.
McQuaid getting on the bottom.
It was 8.
McQuaid, Mike, he's had 2 sprained ankles.
Yeah, he's been hobbled, and he's an Oriole to be out there right now. 3rd and goal. And that's when you have, you know, mistakes. Why do teams that are having a bad season have trouble? They make mistakes. Penalties and things can grab you here. Big kickoff return set this drive up. Frazier going to keep it, cuts it down toward the 1-yard line, and that's where exactly he is. It's 4th and goal. And now we'll have a big 4th down play. Can the Rams have a goal line stand here?
Bombalski down at the bottom of that pile.
33 yards on the ground for Frazier, and that's all on this drive. And after he had the 30-yard kickoff return. So it's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line, and time for Highlands defense here.
You know they're going for it.
And if Knoch puts this in, we got a ball game. 4:31 left, first half.
Taking a lot of time here.
Yeah, they're going to call timeout, maybe.
Yeah.
Play clock down to 10. They split.
They look confused.
Dalton Schreckengoss to the right. And they snap it to Frazier. Frazier's into the end zone for a Knoch touchdown. Great drive for the Knights, 55 yards, all on the ground.
Yep, but you're right, that kick return started it.
11 plays, 55 yards, and Knoch's right back in the ball game.
Keegan Frazier returned the kick and got the score.
So at the 4:09 mark, it's 13-6, and with Tristani out there, it's going to be 13-7.
That's a prediction, folks.
That's money in the bank, unless there's a bad snap.
It is good.
4:09 left, first half. It's now Highlands 13 and Knoch 7.
Put them right back in it, Mike. Well, let me finish telling you about Philippines. We'll be over there tonight, and again, you can get their famous pizza, not just any pizza. It's the Birdville pie. Often imitated, never duplicated, made with a special secret sauce recipe that's named after Birdville, the section of the Heights where Philippines is located. Kitchen's open after the game. We'll be there. Stop by and say hi or call at 724-226-3505 for takeout. And like you said, they'll make a partially baked pie to take home. And just mention too, breakfast every morning starting at 8 a.m. That's Philippines Family Dining and Pizzeria, Freeport Road in Toronto Heights.
Knoch marched it 55 yards on 11 plays in 6 minutes and 35 seconds. Keegan Frazier, of those 55 yards, gained 35 on 7 carries and ran the kickoff back 30 yards himself. So he had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, Mike, I think 4 minutes and 9 seconds would be important we answer that, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
And don't forget, Knoch gets the ball to start the second half.
So Tristani kicks it. And this is White. 35,
you get a good return.
40, and out to the 44-yard line. So Braden White, and now we have extracurricular activities going on. Look like Brock White and Luke Goodland going at it.
Well, he was leading his brother
through the hole and a little extra. So the Rams get great field position. They'll start at the 44 and see if they can answer that Knox score. 13-7, the Rams lead it. They give us to Bombalski, and a good job to trip him up by Bennett Shaw, the sophomore, number 19. He's had a heck of a game. He got Bombalski off his feet in the backfield. He leaned forward and got 2.
3:48 to go. Again, got to try to answer, especially after getting good field position.
Yeah, it's a big defensive series for Knox defense here. You mentioned they get the ball to start the second half. Trips right. Signorello alone to the left. Knights with a bunch of guys up close to the line of scrimmage, and Chandler's going to throw it. He's going to fire it deep down the middle, and it is incomplete again. You know, just like last week, you get 2 guys in the same place. I don't know who it's intended for.
Yeah.
Braden White was back there, got a hand on it, and Signorello was back there. Somebody ran a wrong route.
Yeah, Mike, after hitting his first 2 passes, Chandler missed on his last 5.
3rd and 8. Coverage was Cody Mullen, the freshman safety man, and he got a piece of it too. And now a big 3rd down for the Rams. And Highlands tonight, 3 for 4 on 3rd down. Chandler's just going to run it. And there's no room to get there, and the Knights are waiting for him, and the momentum is definitely shifted here as Timmons goes into the line and gets stopped at the 48-yard line.
Can't understand, Mike, on a 3rd and 9 why we're running the ball.
4th and 6.
And guess what? Somebody's Got a shoe problem, Mike.
That's Braden White. So it's 4th down. Chandler. Yeah.
Chandler, yep.
You good now? Rams going to go for this?
I don't know about this, Mike.
4th down. It's quickly trying to get him to jump offside. And now Highlands going to call time.
I think that's their last.
See.
No, it's not.
It is Knoch. That's Knoch has 1 left. Highlands has 2 left. Highland Tire, there's no better time than right now to stop into Highland Tire for reasons we mentioned earlier. And Highland Integrity Alignment, and see why they've been voted the best place to buy tires in the AK Valley since 1993 and the best oil change since 1995, and now #1 for auto repair. Highland Tire offers one of the largest and most complete inventories of tires and custom wheels in the Pittsburgh area. And if you don't see it on site, they'll order it for you. Visit HighlandTire.com or give them a call in Trentham 724-224-9222. Natrona Heights 724-224-7900 or Highland Integrity Alignment 724-224-5900. Highland Tire, service, integrity, price since 1961. We deliver. Here's a note we hadn't given you. Did you know that the Knoch Knights all-time are 6-2 at Golden Ram Stadium?
Yeah, Mike, they've more than held their end of the rivalry up. In fact, they've dominated it.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the pregame. They have won 12 of the last 16 and 8 of the last 10, even though Highlands won a year ago. So it's 4th down, and the Rams put their offense back out there.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I wonder if Chandler's going to punt this.
Well, last week.
Well, they could snap it to Luke. Now Luke goes back there. Short punt formation, and Luke boots it, and there's nobody down there. Boy, if this takes a right turn, we're in real good shape.
Nope.
Up goes in the end zone. So Knoch will start 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line after that 52-yard punt.
Worked great last week, didn't it, Mike?
It sure did in that mist. Well, it was more than a miss, some people were saying. 2:24 left, first half. Highlands leads at 13-7.
Highlands came out guns a-blazing, but again, Knoch answered on the last drive, and a great kick return by Frazier to set him up for it. He did a majority of the work on that play. And let's see who they come out with. Quarterback, it's Frazier.
Yeah, it worked well.
Looks like they're just going to load up for him, Mike.
Yeah, and he's alone. They have wing backs and a couple of wideouts. Johnson in motion. Frazier's just going to keep it, and Bobalski says, no, you don't. And Brock White finishes it up. Now, the Rams were waiting for Frazier that time, and the blocking wasn't what it was on the earlier series.
When you're the only guy in the backfield, Mike, it's kind of easy to pick you out.
You get the extra blocker, but...
And Noah Leslie, Mike, they went to 4 down linemen. Usually they only have 3. They got him in there, too. Take some space up inside. I guess they're convinced that Knoch is not going to throw.
2nd and 13, so now you wonder now, if they stop him here, you would figure Highlands would use a timeout.
Highlands has 2 left.
Frazier turns and they give to McGowan. He's hit. The ball's loose.
See who's got it.
They said he's down. There's no way. Sorry. They call him down at the 20. Highland's going to take that timeout now at 1:32 left. That was a tight one.
Yep, Brock White and Braden White were down there straight before White came out with the ball, but they're going to say he was down.
It's a 4-yard gain for McGowan to the 24-yard line. To the 21, I'm sorry. Make it 3rd down and 9. A long 9 for the Knoch Knights.
A lot of things could turn on that one, Mike. Wireless Zone's your largest independent Verizon wireless franchise in America. Whether you're a small business, a big family, just need a new device, Wireless Zone can help. At Wireless Zone, we've dedicated to finding the right device for you, your family, your business, and your lifestyle. Our stores offer competitive prices on today's most popular smartphones, devices, and accessories with award-winning customer service. Stop in today and see what makes Verizon the world's largest and most reliable network. Get 5G ready and visit your Wireless Zone headquarters at Trentham Heights, at the Walmart Plaza, and at Pittsburgh Mills Mall, or find the Wireless Zone nearest you by visiting wirelesszone.com.
3rd down, 9, 1:32 to go, first half. Again, the Rams have 1 timeout left, so if they could stop the Knights on this one, you would suspect that Dom would call that and try to get the ball back. This is Frazier. The Rams are waiting, and down he goes. at the 24-yard line. Landon Signorella came up from his linebacker spot. Almost said corner. That was weeks ago. And Lando gets him off his feet at the 24. Timeout, Highlands at 1:25.
Brock White also in that tackle. Brock has 8 tackles in the first half.
And Brock's been a beast on defense for this team this year. Has lost a lot of his playing time. Again, he had that bad injury in the offseason. And he never had any football training. And he's trying to just rehab his knee to get back in the field, and he has picked up where he left off defensively last year. There's no doubt about that.
Did not play the first 4 weeks of the season.
4th down, 5 to go. Ball's on the 24-yard line. And remember, the Rams were very close to the punt last time.
I'd send a Haas.
But we also had the snap it over their head play work for us here this year too, so can always go.
I can do that.
We always like that one. That's a winner. So Tristani will go back and stand at his 10. Braden White, the deep man. Again, this is against the breeze, which is, I'd say, 8 to 10 miles an hour in his face. Here's the snap. And Tristani, the Rams did come after it, sent the Czar's Army.
Boy,
and that's a great kick. White's going to go pick it up at the 30, pick it up again. Looks for a block. He's exciting. 40.
Look at him. Look at that fake, Mike. Boy, he put that kid on his back.
Braden White. He's Eric Metcalf back there to the 43-yard line. That was something. He's worth the price of admission.
Yeah, only 13 yards on him, Mike, but boy, I tell you what, he's going to give us a chance to take 4 shots down the field.
He ran about 40 though, didn't he?
Sure did.
So the Rams are out of timeouts. There's 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. From the 43-yard line.
Chandler Timmons comes to the huddle. Let's see what they can come up with here, Mike. Be nice to get a score before the half. Trips to the right this time.
Timmons is back. He looks. He fires to the far side of the field, and it's incomplete. He tried to get Signorella on a comeback in front of the Knights bench, but it's misfired, and it's 2nd and 10. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. 1 minute to go, first half. Highlands scored the first 13. Knoch came back and scored here in the second quarter, and it's 13-7.
And Knoch gets the ball to start the second half.
Remember, the Mams have missed an extra point, so that's a factor right now. These rivalry games. Chandler looking over to Dom Girardi.
Only 4 seconds
and
left.
The Rams do not have a timeout left. And this is like the Packers game last night. Aaron Rodgers could do nothing but look at the official and put his hand on his hips. They had no timeouts. They had to take the delay game.
Now, Mike, the question is, you want to run a play that you don't know what you're doing, or take the 5 yards?
Take the right.
I say take the 5 yards.
I mean, they're going to need chunks to get down there anyway, so the 5 yards probably doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Second and 15.
Winded is back now.
Trips right. Timmons going to run a quarterback draw. Through the middle, gets the penalty yards back and more. Timmons gets the first down. The ball is loose. Now this, I guess they won't say he's down, right? Beanbag is out. It's Highlands football. So it is a fumble, and Highlands did recover at the 43-yard line.
Who's on the ball? Bender.
The Bender's everywhere. 18-yard gain for Chandler. Remember, the clock stops to move the change, but then cranks right back up.
42 seconds, turning clock. Got to get him up quick. We're taking too much time here, Mike.
Yeah, any urgency at all.
Now what?
And now, did Knoch call time?
It looks that way.
They did. They're the only ones that have one left. They bailed it. They bailed the Rams out. 29 seconds left, and the Rams just wasted so much time right there. It's difficult. Well, don't you hate it when you need work done around the house but can't get anyone to call you back? Or even worse, you finally get in touch with somebody and they didn't finish the job properly. Well, you could put those problems to rest because Beanie Home Renovations has been executing home projects in the AK Valley from start to finish for over a decade. If you're spending your hard-earned money on renovating your home, you expect the job to be done right. Not only does Beanie do it all from basements to roofing, they also bring a refreshing level of professionalism to every job from the very first call. Experience the difference today, 724-351-3172, or visit their Facebook page and take the first step in making your home a better place to live. Beanie Home Renovations, where the bee is always busy.
They have the sense of urgency we need on this drive, Mike. 2 minutes.
At the end of halves, we've seen this over and over again, frankly. So here we go. And we got bailed out on a long one to Sig. Remember, was it the Burrow game? And Sig ended up catching a long touchdown at the end of the half on the last play.
Let's have it happen again.
Timmons back, looks, throws it. It's caught by White, but that's not going to do us any good down at the turf at the 38-yard line.
6 yards. Not enough.
Now they're hurrying to get up there. 16, 15. They're going to make sure everybody's set. 12 seconds. You can spike. Oh, he can't spike it from back there. He's got to run a play. Timmons back. This is going to be the last play of the half. He steps up. He fires it deep. He's got a man running down there, and it's intercepted. Here comes a Knight with the football.
They better get on him.
And this is Cody Mullen. He's over the 50, the 40, the 35, and finally knocked out of bounds at the Highlands 25-yard line. What a play by freshman safety Cody Mullen.
On the last play of the half, Mike.
And that is the end of the first half at Golden Ram Stadium in a tight one. Your score, Highlands 13, Knoch 7. We'll take a timeout, be back with stats and more